afternoon and welcome to Rosendale, Wisconsin. I am at the home of the Winnebago RC Flyers field today, and it is a beautiful June 18th day. It actually feels like springtime in Florida here today. The weather widget that I'm going to put pictures up says that it's, I don't remember what it said the temperature was now, 84, 88 degrees, 60% humidity, with a feels like temperature of 94 degrees, which for this place is really hot. It doesn't bother me so much because I'm kind of used to this, but it is nice to have it warm every now and then. Although I do love the weather here, especially when it's cool in the mornings. What I've got on the stand today is the same Webra T4-40 engine that I've run several times, and the reason I'm running it yet again is because honestly, I don't know what other engines to run, and I just haven't gone down to the garage to take this engine off the stand yet. But I did have a viewer comment on the last video saying make sure he didn't think that I actually had this timing right on this engine still. But if there's another video that I posted on a Webra T4-40, and I believe it says, I can't recall what it's called, timing differences or something, where you can actually time this thing off one tooth or the other and it'll still run fine. So I'm not really sure what this person's motivation was for me double checking this. He said he thought he saw the timing mark on this gear when I didn't see it. So what I did was, in the garage, I just popped the timing belt off, and I can see that little mark, and I took a picture of it in the garage. I'm going to include it here so you can all take a quick look at it too. And I've got that thing as lined up as it's possibly going to get. Now, the thing is, this gear here is not exactly in line with the prop, or the crankshaft. It's off. So here's the crankshaft and here's the timing wheel. It's off just a little bit. So it makes it a little tougher to see when that dot is really at top dead center. But I mean, I can see it, but the thing with that mark on here is it's kind of half on and half off a tooth too, which is just kind of a weird thing. So it's timed. I have not done anything with the low speed adjustment, so we'll see if we still have this transition issue that it was having, even though it's a really warm day, humid. And I did take the carb off and I put some Teflon tape on here. I know that's never something you've been able to see on video, but I always saw the oil coming out of there. Today I'm also running it because I was playing with the belt and the timing. I'm running it without the cover on it. Don't know if my angle is going to be able to allow you to see much of that, but that's how I'm going to run it today. Now, a friend of mine in Germany is interested in seeing this engine run with these parameters. The same fuel I've been running, which I wasn't going to change anyway. I think it's 5% Caster synthetic blend. But he wanted to see an 11.6 prop with an OSF plug and then an OS number 8 plug, and also with a 10.6 prop, those two plugs. So I am going to see if I've got enough fuel here to do those things. Right now I've got an APC 11.6 prop on here and the OSF plug. Now I'll do a short run here, see if there's any retuning that needs to be done, take some tach readings, and then swap plugs and do it again. So let's run this engine. Let's see how she takes a prime today. Very well. I'm kind of tempted to just see if I can hand start this thing. Maybe I'll go grab a glove and do that. Just for giggles here, I want to see if this thing will hand start. Let me prime it again some more here. Make sure we don't hand start it at full throttle. it must have been tuned right where it was there. I'm not going to be messing with that high speed much because it seemed like it got hot and shut down real quick there. Let's see if it'll fire up again by hand. Well, I'm really on some uneven ground here. That's telling me the low speed pinch test is working, so it should be a good low speed setting right there. Okay, now I'm going to swap to a 10.6 prop. Let this thing cool down for a couple seconds. Okay, I did not swap props yet. I swapped the plug from an OSF to a number 8 now. I don't know if I'm going to need to prime it again or not, but we'll do it real quick. Okay, so I don't know. Personally, I think it likes the OSF plug just a little bit better. Now I'm going to swap props and leave the same OS number 8 plug in there for the next run. Okay, so this time 10-6 prop. Okay, so this time 10-6 prop, same OS number 8 plug. This is really unlevel here. I don't know if I need to do this, but I'll do it. I don't think I'm going to need to do that really though. Okay, so for the final one, we're going to remove the OS number 8 and put the OSF plug back in. Okay, final run. Same 10-6 prop. OSF plug now. I don't know if I'm going to need to prime it. We'll try not priming it this time and see what happens. Yeah, we're not going to need to. Okay, so that was fun. That's a fun engine to run. So I want to say thank you, Uva, for suggesting this prop, even though, or this experiment, this run, even though when I responded to you in email, I was kind of lackluster about it. This was fun. This was a good one. And in all honesty, I mean, it's been warm out, so the engine was never really cold, and it was really up to operating temperature throughout all 4 of those little runs. And I think the best combination, I think this engine really likes a 10.6 prop. First of all, it does not mind turning those higher RPM, but the 10.6 prop with the OSF plug I think is number 1, the best combination. The number 8 plug with the 10.6 was pretty close, but it seemed like the number 8 plug still had some issues with transitioning. It would still stumble, and even in high speed, and the lighting was rather consistent, the RPM reading was really kind of erratic. At least with this last setup, OSF plug 10.6, high speed RPM seemed really steady, transition was really good, idle was good. I mean, so this is a good combination for this engine. 10.6 prop, OSF plug, and whatever this 5% fuel I've got in here is. And it was fun running it without the belt cover, and I could see, you know, some oil pooling here a little bit, but I mean, that's just going to be expected with this engine. Now, the Teflon tape that I put on the intake manifold carb junction, it did what it's supposed to do. I don't see a single bit of oil coming out there, and I'm not sure, I'm not super into what these pipe fittings are called, but that was the intake manifold. It's a flat and a flat. It's not tapered or anything like that, or flared or whatever that would be called. It's a flat, almost like it could have a flat rubber washer in there, but it doesn't. So I think those faces are supposed to meet, but for whatever reason they weren't, and there was a little bit of leakage. So a little bit of Teflon tape on the threads there. Looks like it solved that issue up real well. So this is a really fun engine to run, and hope you all enjoyed watching it, because I know I enjoyed running it.